How's it going, Vandals? I'm Johnny Alpha, and I'd like to welcome you back to Graphic Vandalism. And it's new video time again, and this video is Branded to Kill, a look at 5 comics about hitmen, or hit people, I should say. This video is a request by a friend of the channel's, Fake De Niro, and I'd really like to thank him. This is a cool, fun topic, and I have 5 really killer, fun comics picked out for this list. And with that, Vandals, let's just get into it. And first up, we have Scud, the Disposable Assassin, written and drawn by Rob Schrab, originally published by Feynman Press, but has been reissued by Image Comics. And Scud is a hyper stylized and wild, in your face explosion of a comic that will really remind you of something you'd see on Adult Swim. And for me personally, all the jokes land really well and are actually really funny, and the action and comedy work together to near perfection. And the story for this one is about Scud, a robot assassin made to self-destruct after its job is done. When Scud discovers this fact, he learns that his fate is tied to his target. He then decides to mortally wound his target, but then get it medical attention, and for this reason, Scud must take on other jobs to keep his target alive, so Scud himself can stay alive too. And through this, we get many amazing adventures featuring time travel, historical figures, and even a bit of religious satire. And Sharab's very cartoonish art is utterly epic, and every single panel of this series is just glorious to look at, and it really makes this one of the most fun and exciting comics ever made. Cool, cool. And next up is Lady Killer, written by Joelle Jones and Jamie S. Rich, with amazing, vibrant, and stunning art by Joelle Jones. And Lady Killer is just a mad fun and ultraviolet trip back to the 1950s, and it takes espionage and assassination thriller style stories to a suburban setting, and it really is a crazy and kind of disturbing look at the American dream in full motion. And the story for this one is about a housewife and mother named Josie, and by all accounts, Josie seems to be a picturesque, beautiful woman who lives next door, but in reality, she is an assassin for a government agency who really enjoys her work, maybe a little too much at times. But when her handler gets a disturbing infatuation with her, she has to go rogue and show her bosses why she is the best at what she does. And I just love it. And Joelle Jones's art just sings here. She creates a beautiful and gory thrill ride, and she really captures the look and feel of the era perfectly. This book is fire. Okay, then, how about next we check out Miss, Better Living Through Crime, written by Philippe Thorot, with moody and moving art by Marc Rioux and Marc Vigoureux, published in English by Humanoids. And Miss is a dark and moody noir-styled crime drama set in the 1920s about an unlikely pair that start a partnership and become contract killers on the mean streets of New York City. The story for this one is all about Nola and Slim. Nola is a poor orphan girl born to be in trouble, and it never seems to be too far from her. And Slim is a small-time hustler and pimp who really isn't cut out for the game and is basically still alive due to dumb luck. The two meet, and Slim is just impressed by Nola's guts, and the two develop one of my favorite relationships I've ever read in comics, and take on and do hits with varying degrees of success, and they just cut their own bloody path from New York to the South, and it's just so good. This is such an impressive and truly marvelous comic, and I really love its very dark, morbid humor. This is top tier noir comics at their best. All right, and now let's check out Beautiful Canvas, written by Ryan K. Lindsay, with exciting, amazing, and lush art by Sammy Cavella, published by Black Mask Studios. And Beautiful Canvas takes Hitman comics into a daring, bold, and completely insane sci-fi story full of odd superpowers, telekinesis, and power armor. And the story for this one is all about a troubled and beautiful hitwoman named Lon, who takes a job from a megalomaniacal psychopath that thinks creating utter chaos is art. And as Lon discovers what she stumbled into, she has to make some crazy team-ups to try and stop this sick game she is being forced into playing. And this book is just totally knucking futz, and I can't put into words just how much I enjoy this comic. I really like how the more the story goes on, the more off the rails the world in this book becomes. It has a total Saints Row 4 style charm to it, but at the same time, it's a very solid emotional journey for our main lead, and I cannot recommend this one highly enough. And last but surely not least, we have Renato Jones, written, drawn, and everything else by Kyle Andrews and published by Image Comics. And Renato Jones is without a doubt one of the most bold, ambitious, and insane comics I have ever read that blends together all the styles that I love, from kung fu to political satire. And the story for this one is about a poor kid from the streets who gets falsely identified as a missing rich kid, who then gets sent to live a life of wealth and privilege, but also of excess and depravity. He then gets trained by his butler to become the judge, jury, and executioner of the wicked people who have chosen to use their wealth and influence to exploit the poor and huddled masses. As he takes on the form of the freelancer, and one by one he checks the names off his list, and his journey is just visceral and oddly surreal, but endlessly entertaining and is just an explosive page turner. I love Andrew's art, and his action is so fluid and insane. In my opinion, this book is a total must read. Well, there you have it, Vandals. Branded to Kill. And I really hope you enjoyed it. I also want to thank Fake De Niro again for requesting this very fun and exciting topic. And if you have some cool Assassin or Hitman comics you'd like me to check out, please leave them in the comments down below because I love recommendations. But for now, until next time, this is Johnny Alpha from Graphic Vandalism saying don't stop reading.